Yeah, we're warming up.
Yellow leather. Yellow leather.
This is the real episode right now. We were warming up. This is how, just to give you a look. Yeah, give you a look at the back scenes. This is what we do before every episode.
Yeah,
Unique
for sure.
New York. Unique New York. So that
rear wheel drive. Rear wheel drive.
Rear wheel drive.
I made it the other day when I was trying to explain it to someone. I just kept stuttering. I was like, "This sucks.
This sucks.
This sucks."
Yeah, so we don't say and like the whole episode. That's why we say unique New York so many times beforehand. We definitely don't say and like all the time.
Like, welcome to Hive Scum?
We can't tell them.
I guess.
Welcome to Hive Scum! The podcast for the 28 community.
Oh, this is a little frozen.
Oh, nice, dude.
Frozen Soul.
It's a good band.
Shout out TX.
Beyond the Permafrost? I'm talking about something else.
Oh.
Skeleton Witch?
Yeah?
Yeah. Anyways, it's a great album. So yes, we're back. We're cracking beautiful CZs on an absolutely beautiful winter day, listeners. It has snowed all weekend.
Every 6 hours.
And it's really annoying because I don't check the weather because I'm an idiot and I think it snowed, so now it won't snow for another month. And now it's just, I keep shoveling and snow blowing and then waking up the next morning and going, feels like fucking Groundhog's Day.
Yep.
Here I am again, shovel in hand, going out, ripping the fucking pull cord on the snowblower 25 times to get it started.
Still crushing?
Still crushing.
Nice.
Gage gifted me a beautiful snowblower. You know, the more you...
That was a gift of a gift of a gift.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
The more you use a thing, the more you fall in love with it. And now I feel like I'm at the point where I would look at this snowblower and I'm like, springtime, I think I'm going to take you apart and I'm going to fiddle with your innards.
I think at this point you've had it longer than I had, so...
It's a beautiful thing, and it only... most of the time gets clogged up.
Yeah.
It only almost every time. Twice I have to take a stick and cram out the innards. I've never used the spray. This is New England talk, people.
Yeah.
People get the snowblower spray, and it's like Pam. You know, you coat the inside of your exit tube with spray, and then it fires better. I've never used that before, but the amount of time I spend unclogging the chute with my bare hands.
Probably just use oil.
Yeah.
Why not?
Like motor oil?
Yeah.
Why not?
It'd be kind of cool.
All
What's
the
the
snow that
difference?
comes out covered in oil.
It's not like there's a
Nothing wrong with that.
explosion proof or anything.
Nothing wrong with firing the motor oil into the yard.
Oh, it's fine.
It's fine. Listen, there's worse things, I guess. Anyways, though, but it is beautiful and it's nice and it definitely won't snow again. It's over. Now it's not going to snow anymore because I've shoveled 4 times and it can't snow anymore. And I won't look at the weather and I will just
wake up a little earlier tomorrow. That's all I'll say.
Stop, dude. Please do not.
Is it going to snow tomorrow?
I think
don't.
so.
No.
Yeah,
well,
I think so.
Maybe they'll finally cancel school because this is how it always happens. We haven't had a delay or a snow day all year. And then, of course, you get a 3-day weekend every single MFing day that weekend.
It got moved. You're good.
Oh, good. They moved it. They moved the date.
They moved the date.
Thank you. But yeah, we're here on this beautiful.
Dude, nothing feels better than a nice throw on the snowblower, though.
Oh, when
You know
it
what I
works,
mean?
when it works good,
Oh,
it's nice.
It's the best.
I've never used a snowblower.
Yeah.
Well, and you never will have to now.
No.
I think about your driveway sometimes and I go, lucky motherfucker.
Yeah. Truly.
Just
I
gravel.
just drive right over it. I don't even shovel.
Yeah.
Gravel. Because I was like, damn, what if I did gravel, but it would all just wash down to the base of my driveway because I have a hill.
Yeah.
So
Mine would just wash into the road and cause tons of accidents.
Kind of cool.
kind of cool. I wonder if that happens if you could be like, it's not my problem.
Yeah.
It's in the road now.
Steep
It's
driveway
the road's
onto
problem
on a
now.
main highway. Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's the road's problem. Once it's past that line.
I always love seeing dudes snowblow and they're just blowing it into the main road.
Oh, yeah. That's
I'm
classic.
just like, I'm driving by and I'm just getting blasted by this guy's driveway snow.
Listen, those MFers, they plow right into my driveway. I'm just giving it back to them.
True.
Yeah.
But then they push all the leaves and shit and I have to do it by hand.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sure listeners are loving this conversation right now.
there's people that have never seen snow before. They want to know the trials and tribulations that we
I
go
guess
through.
that's true. If you've never seen snow, you probably don't have any rust on your car.
It's true.
And no frames rotting out.
Do you
No
undercoat
frames
your car?
run out.
No.
Oh, you probably should. Like every 2 years.
Dude,
I
use
have
motor oil.
heard that.
True.
I've heard that. I've heard mixed things about undercoating.
What could you hear that's mixed?
Because once the undercoating gets damaged, then the rust can any water that gets in there will build up on the inside. It'll trap moisture on the inside.
Yeah, but
If there's a pinhole in the under...
sure. But what's if you just don't have an undercoat? Then it's
Then you wash
kind of
it
the
off.
same problem.
You wash it off.
So I don't
you
know.
wash your car every other day then?
No, but I wash it usually once a winter.
6
You
or
get all
7
this
times.
shit
Once a
out,
winter?
six or 7 times. Yeah. Once a winter. This shit's holding up. Don't listen to me. I literally know nothing about this. Is like some shit that I'm like, should I undercoat my car? And then people on the internet are like this, that, and the other thing. So I go, okay, it's easier for me not to do it. I'm just not going to do it. Don't.
Well, I undercoat my car. A guy at work does it, and then we do it every year. And at the
And
end
I'm
of winter,
sure that it's fucking awesome.
I wash it.
Like, honestly, I'm sure that it's awesome. Please do not listen to me about anything car related. I do not know. And you know what? It's like, my shit's probably fucking rotten out. I probably go under that shit. And it's probably got...
Shit's listening to Rot It Out under there.
Yeah. It's just listening
Your
to
shit's
rot out.
on
That's
street
true.
prowl right now.
Yeah. So don't listen to me.
Okay.
Steve, keep undercoating your car. Your car will last
gonna.
longer than mine. Gage, what you been working on?
Well, I was going to say, besides undercoating, Steve, what have you been working on?
Steve's getting put on it.
It's too late.
Ooh, yeah, I put Gage on it.
Frick!
Steve's on my side because you put it on
Frick!
Steve. This is politics. If you want to know more about politics, you can head on over to our Patreon episode where we talk about Magic the Gathering politics. Playing Commander.
Yeah. There's... Whoever did this fucking electrical in here just left staples on the floor, and I keep stepping on them.
That might have been us from shooting them across the room
No,
with
it's
staple gun.
it's the red ones that guy used.
Okay.
I keep stepping on them. What have I been working on? Since we last recorded,
Last we left off.
I went to an event.
Was it a good one?
It was a great one. It was the ensorcelment of the Luminary Sepulcher, an unofficial Necropolis 28 event hosted by Mort Colas and Bits Bibs Orcs.
Two
legends.
Two legends.
Legends.
New England War Council staples. Brad and Jesse.
Nice staples.
Brad, who helped build our tables here.
True. Also, shout out Brad's parents. Everyone went to go get food in the middle of the event, and it was just a couple of us left in the library room. And I chatted with Brad's parents the whole time, and they're the most pleasant people I've ever met.
That makes sense.
His dad is tapped into hobby YouTube. He's just like, I miss Geek Gaming Scenics. Where's he been? He quit, and I wish he came back. And I was like, dude, the fact that you even said that is that's how I know you're in.
That's the British guy, right?
Yeah,
He's cool, dude.
Yeah.
I also miss that guy, and there's not many hobby YouTubers I watch, but I liked his shit.
Well, you can
And
buy
him,
his shit.
It
but
was
you
like
can't watch his
him,
shit anymore.
MS Paints, and Eric and Trent. Those were like my daily drivers. Those were my guys.
One of his last videos was like miniature Mordheim, wasn't it? Where he made like a
I think
miniature
so.
Yes.
Mordheim.
10 mil
Yeah.
Mordheim or
Yeah.
some shit.
That's where it went downhill, dude. That's why I had to quit.
Dude, Mordheim killed it.
Mordheim killed it.
You know, it's funny though, because like I feel like dads. I honestly bet a lot of people their hobby interaction is through just like watching YouTube videos, not actually making
I think
anything.
he's a train guy.
Oh,
Brad's
okay,
dad.
okay.
So, because he helped
Then that
with
makes more
his
sense.
Nemo board too.
Yes.
And he had
really?
the flocking tips and
the
tricks.
And the dirt road texture was down really well with the cart tracks and stuff in it.
Yeah,
Those train guys, they got it.
they got it, man.
They got it buckled
That's
up.
where, that's where we're all going to be. So I don't know if they're going to post this anywhere. If not, I'll just steal it and put it on the Patreon for everyone. For free. But it was a sweet little event where you're playing Necropolis, and you start off with a little ghosty on the board, and it's kind of a punching bag, and you're getting this currency. Then the next scenario, this currency is kind of everywhere, and you're gathering as much as you can, and then it kind of corrupts your guy. And then the third scenario, there's a big ghosty, and he's trying to get the shit back, and it was a fun time.
How big was the ghosty?
It was big.
Could it have been bigger?
It could have been bigger, but
The bigger ghosty.
yeah, no, it rocked. We split into 3 4-player games
Oh, that's cool.
at the end. But but I played 3 scenarios. First, like I said, there's 3 scenarios: Penetrating the Shroud, Pillaging Wizardom, and Ensorcelled. And
great names.
Very reminiscent of Lord of the Rings Day. It's a 3-page little brochure. I mean, we're going to get into this in the main episode, but I think this is
Peak. It is really
board
nice.
gaming day of stuff.
It is really nice. It's nice to hold. It's nice to look at.
It's just an
easy to print.
yes, and also a funny, I don't know, side thing is that because you're doing it scenario 1, 2, and 3, if you're not trying to spoil things, you can just easily look at it in ways where you could just see only the one scenario that you're playing ever.
I
Totally.
would never read ahead.
I would never do that, but I
You
was
guys
just
are
like,
very nice.
this is so sick. And
Yeah.
then
Both me and Phil would accidentally read ahead. And be like, oh, shit.
I wasn't supposed to read this.
I read the whole thing.
But then you also get a nice little analog thing that you touch.
Yeah.
That, you know,
I
don't
love physical media.
Yeah, I love touching.
Do you like this?
Yeah.
You could have this. You could print this out. You could run an event yourself at home.
Yeah, try making that noise on your iPad.
But it rocked. It set the year off strong. I'm very excited to see how many little events we go through this year. They did it at a library. It was free to run it.
Shout out libraries.
The lady there was stoked. She came over, showed us how to use the projector.
Dude.
Here's how you put sound on. Here's how you have music through the whole room.
Library love, straight up.
Dude, it was awesome. And they were just so stoked. And they kept coming in being like, you guys good? You need anything?
Oh, it's amazing.
Just reminding you, like, you have to be up by a certain time. And we were like, oh, we're going to be clean way before that. Don't worry. And they were just like, thank you so much. This is awesome. Next time I'm joining.
I'm sure this is the case. When I first started thinking about like using library as like a wargaming research, in my head it was the reading rooms, those little tiny rooms. I mean, my local library is attached to a community center, and they have boardrooms like that are just not being used.
We played in one. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I think that when you say library, you think like, oh, it's going to be a small little room like off to the side. But like some of these are like where they hold big town hall meetings,
Right.
and it's just also available on a random Saturday at noon.
Yeah. And they said all they had to do was just like walk in and say, hey, can we reserve this? And they said, yeah.
Yeah,
It was like no questions really asked.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
Tables were there, chairs were there. So it's like there is literally no bar for entry in this. It's just
Yeah.
Just gotta bring stuff.
just walk there and ask. So yeah, I think it's sick. And like I said, I can't wait to see how many more events we go to this year or what becomes of this. Just showing people how easy it is.
Yeah, and things like this, and things like Lord of the Rings Day, and any of these days, an upcoming Samurai Day, which I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about,
That's
but I'm
fine.
saying anyways. All these kind of things, it makes me stoked. Like I'm like, oh, I could even do something like this, and I'm not, but it's just like the access is so easy.
Yeah, and you don't even have to. For this event, Jesse came up with a couple different little goals for your warband to do, because when you play Necropolis, you kind of pick things so that way you have things to aim for while you're playing.
Yeah.
So you can level up narratively your warband. Jesse added a couple to it. Lord of the Rings Day, I added 2 special rules for the scenarios.
Yep.
You don't have to do that. But when you're in the mindset of doing this, you're like, well, I really wish I could have this thing. And it keeps you so engaged that you're actually making... You're game designing. You're GMing. You're making this thing, trying to get your point across to the player and just adding a little twist on it. And that's what we're doing this for, to
Right.
have that fun brain process. So...
It's fun to build towards something as well.
Yeah.
Where it's like if you put this out a month ahead, and they even put it out like a couple of months ahead. I remember seeing the ideas for this come out. You give people time to be like, oh, you've never played Necropolis? Now you can learn and you can build this thing. Or Lord of the Rings Day was the same way. It's just like, oh, well, this thing's coming up. You need 12 models or whatever, not even 6 models or some shit to play this game. You're welcome to come play.
Right. It's truly just an excuse to hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
So, can't wait for more of them.
I love hanging out with friends.
It's pretty cool.
I love friends and toys and hanging out.
I hate having to go to work and missing cool events.
Well, there'll be another one. Or we can just run it here.
We could just run it
I
here.
took a bunch of copies for the studio.
Yay.
I hung up one on the wall, and we have a couple. Besides that yellow leather, I painted my samurai guy for Samurai Day.
You never showed me.
Yeah.
It's a surprise.
I hope it's a 6 surprise.
It's a 6 surprise.
Is it Gage as a samurai?
I just bashed the Hypescum Gage model, but
Yes.
it's just me with a katana.
It's just Garfield head, samurai. This is my guy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's historically accurate.
But that did not take as long as I would have liked. I was like, I'm going to go in on this, and I went, oh, it's fine.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's
yeah.
like you don't have to do more than that.
No, and then what the hell else have I been doing? I know I've been working on the New York exhibit box, but that's been more of like sketching. I haven't really gotten too far.
You're going to work on it today.
I am. I have to do a lot today, actually, because I'm going to be away for work for a little bit.
But then we're going to go play Magic.
True. I feel like I'm missing something major. I know we've played a shitload of OPR the last couple days.
Yeah, we played OPR a bunch.
Yep. I played Regiments with Ian.
You did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got fucking demolished.
Yeah. Ian knows what he's doing.
Ian knows
Master
what he's doing.
tactician.
Yep. And he even said it. He goes, "This is my favorite army.
Yep.
This is my favorite game. I'm going.
He is
I'm
efficient.
going to stomp you."
And it's good. That's how you learn to play the game better.
Yeah.
Is playing against people who know how to play the game.
Yeah, truly.
I mean, they can teach you.
Yeah.
It was the same in BMX. It was like I'm purposely going to go ride with people that are way better than me because
Yeah.
I'm going to pick stuff up.
Did he do the thing where he just let you make bad decisions
He would tell me my bad decisions. Unfortunately,
after the fact, or
no, while I was doing it, and he was like, "You can change this if you want." And he even did like a pretty big gotcha moment on me, not like maliciously, I
Yeah.
should say. And he even was like, "Oh, if that feels bad, I won't do that."
What a good guy.
And I was like,
What a
"No."
cool
I was
guy.
like, "Well, first of all, you're already destroying me. That this one pack of dogs jumping out of the trees is not going to change the game. But two, thank you. That's nice."
Yeah. Honestly, he's like a pillar. Yeah,
he's a
over-
kind human. He's a good general. Overall, great hobbyist.
Yeah.
Portcullis is
Portcullis
a great
is
zine.
awesome.
So
Yep.
go pick that up if you haven't.
He's working on issue 3, I think, right now.
He's grinding.
Yeah, send him your submissions for it. But the scenario we had was like diagonal deployment,
Oh,
and I had just huge fucking
You lost in the
units,
deployment
and
phase.
I lost immediately. It was like because I for sure thought he was going to go one way, so I was going to have room for my guys to kind of sneak out of the corner, and then he just kind of did not do that. So I just blocked in all my ass beaters and was like, okay, I'll just take this spanking then and not do anything. So
it's about sacrificing your chaff.
the problem is
make the anvil.
my chaff were standing in the way of my own
You
guys.
let him charge the chaff, and then you countercharge.
There was not an option.
Oh, okay.
I will show you. I was doomed from the start. But then, the other point I was trying to make with that, and that's where my hobby brain has been at. I don't like my list for that game.
For regiments.
For regiments. Yeah. And it sucks because I want theme over everything, but I also want to have a good time while playing.
What's bad about the list?
I hate losing. No, I hate
It sucks. The list sucks.
I hate how Chaos Dwarves play in regiments.
Have you thought about taking regular dwarves instead and just calling them Chaos Dwarves?
I might have to. And to be honest, I've been running
Because it's not like Warhammer Fantasy where it's like Chaos Dwarves have this cool faction ability.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
really doesn't make
yeah.
one way or another.
No, I'm really trying to base them off how Old World feels for them and like how Total War 3 feels for them. So it's like a lot of just like decisions based off that, but it just does not work. So I've been proxying the stats, proxying the model technically as just boys, just regular orcs or savage orcs. And that actually feels a little bit better, but I still haven't really found my way or my footing with the list itself.
Yeah.
So
Orcs are really good. Like, regular orcs,
Yeah.
they have Furious. Like, the bowmen are really good because they
Yep.
have Furious and a bow. Like, they provide threat, like, from a distance. You can move them up. They're decent in combat.
right,
Like,
right.
I almost think you're hindering yourself with the black orcs because the black orcs are good, but there's so many points.
But here's the thing. The hard list requirements for me is I need 2 units of Black Orcs.
Why don't you just take the Black Orcs as boys instead? And that way you can play a million Black Orcs, and then the models aren't necessarily awful.
I mean, I've been thinking about that just for the visual aesthetic. The Black Orc model to me is just the perfect Warhammer model. It is just,
I agree.
It is just the best fantasy model I've ever seen.
A Black Orc against a like priest of Sigmar with a hammer
It's
and
so
a halo
sick.
over
It's
his
the
head.
sickest
It's
thing.
so cool.
Yeah. So it's like, to me, it's like I can't not have a fucking field of Black Orcs.
Yeah.
So
Now you can take more of them if you take them as boys, though.
yeah, I mean, I could. But
You
that's
can
like
do whatever you want. You
No,
know?
no, I know, and that's but these conversations is where I'm like, fuck. There's so many options to do because theme is the most important thing to me. That's why
Yeah,
I'm playing
the
this
way the
fucking-
army looks.
Yes, I want it to look cool. I want it to look like fucking Astrogoth literally created every one of these Black Orcs himself. He's creating these fucking cauldron-born Black Orcs. So it's hard for me to get away from that. So
His warring Black Orcs.
I've just been printing a shitload of Chaos Dwarves to just get.
Make yourself feel better.
I'm like, well, I'll get to a point where I'm like, well, these look cooler, so I'll just paint these up, and then we'll see how
Yeah.
they play, and then I'll
Yeah,
bitch that
yeah.
I suck at the game, and we'll go from there. So
I think if you switch to the regular dwarf list, because I think regular dwarves are the stat blocks are awesome on them.
I played New York Cody, and he fucking stomped me
Yeah.
with. I barely won on object. I think we drew actually, but I either barely won or we tied in that game. But
Plus, they have helicopters.
yeah,
I like the helicopters.
The
I think they look
gyrocopter's
cool.
they're very strong. I wouldn't run them myself, but they did work on my Black Orcs.
You don't like them? You
Dropping
don't like the
bombs.
helicopters? They're too goofy.
Not for me. They're a
I
little,
like the old ones. I don't like the really new ones that are on the visions over there, like the rounded front ends.
Oh, yeah,
I like
no,
the guy in a little like
Yeah,
gyrocopter flying around.
piece of shit little
He's
sheet
got a
metal.
bomb in his
yeah,
hand.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's mostly been it for me though.
You say
And-
mostly.
And
I'm playing Magic. You gonna talk about that? Come on, dude. Break
yeah.
into how much you love Magic again.
yeah,
Just go in, dude. Just go in. Buckle up, listeners.
listeners, I apologize every time I talk about Magic because it's just my fixation in life. But
My one true love.
Lorwyn is so good. Lorwyn Eclipsed is so good. Magic is good again. I'm so stoked on it for the next
For 2 months.
2 months that I get to enjoy it before Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ruins my first love.
You got to go draft too while they're still doing drafts and all that.
I
like,
plan
during
on
the week.
I plan on doing as much as I can for this set. I plan on going broke for this set, and then I'll be like, okay, cool. I won't care about Magic again until maybe Strixhaven. I probably will play a pre-release, and that's it. But man, I did a first pre-release, and I was saying it in the chat with you guys, but the shop that we went to had 128 spots. They were filled up for the 3 o'clock slot and the 7 o'clock slot.
So sick.
It's a big store. Newington is a giant.
Oh, that's where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
man.
what was awesome is I'm rolling in, and dude, it felt like a reunion show.
the boys are back in town.
I was
Everybody's
like, oh
high-fiving.
shit, there's Paul over there. I haven't seen that dude in fucking 10
Oh,
years.
yeah.
I was like, oh shit, that's Jim. I remember him. That dude used to stomp me out at fucking Hatebreed shows when I was a kid. Like,
You're just
it was
walking
just
in
like,
slow motion, and like there's like fog rolling in behind you.
truly,
And it's
yeah.
just like
There's
you're nodding at
explosions in
everybody.
the background.
slow motion dapping up guy.
Yeah, dude.
Oh
It
yeah,
was cool.
everybody's pointing from the back at
Yeah.
you, dude.
It was so cool, and it was
Yeah.
just like people used to hang out at tattoo shops with. I was like, man, this is awesome. So that was cool. And then we played. I had a sick Is It list the first night. I went 2-0, and then the servers crashed because there were too many people playing pre-release.
Too many people worldwide, or too many people at that
Worldwide.
store? Like, you think that Hasbro would, somebody over there would say, okay, we got Spider-Man, nobody wants it, nobody buying these sets, we're going to blame it on content creators. We do a original idea, put out Lorwyn, a set everybody loves, they crash the servers. You
Yeah.
would think that somebody over there would be like, maybe we fucked up.
No.
Maybe we should do Universes
Maybe.
Beyond like a couple times a year.
Yeah, sure. To
Nope,
keep it
instead-
in the whatever you call it, the extra sets that
Yeah.
they do.
I said this yesterday. Hasbro, if you're listening, please take my idea. Like, I used to get kind of bummed out when they would be like, we're going back to Mirrodin. Like, I used to think that kind of sucked. Like, wow, we're going back to this set? Like, I thought, like, come on, let's keep exploring. Let's keep checking out this, like, magic world.
Right?
But now, everything's gone so far out there that I'm like, please, I would do anything to go back to Mirrodin. I would do...
Yes.
Let's please explore all the old sets and
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
continue in those. Let's build the lore out more. Let's not do Universes Beyond. I would do anything to go back to any of the sets.
Literally any of them. Yeah.
I hope there's a code reader over at Hasbro with just like one headphone on who's just like manically writing this down. So there's just like there's 50 people in a room all listening to different hobby podcasts and they're just writing down all of this stuff.
That would be great.
That would be great.
Ecstatic.
And it's also, the art is amazing.
Yeah.
They went back and had so many OG artists come back.
Bunch of heavy hitters.
Yep. The design is also sick as hell. It's tight.
The
it's
Eclipse
fun.
thing?
Yes.
That's sick.
It is cool.
So I and then immediately was like, oh my God, I need to go do another pre-release. So then I went to just a very random LGS that I've never really played at before. It's kind of like a small mom and pop shop. And rolled in there, went 2-1. I lost to a 16-year-old girl who was so stoked on Kithkin, was so stoked on the game. And
All in.
dude, she made one misplay where she was like, do you mind if I roll that back? She goes, I have like a lot of synergy, and I'm just like, I'm thinking about a lot. And I went, yeah, that's fine. And then she popped off with a combo that had 4 different triggered effects off this one thing, and I went, yeah, that rocks. You deserve this win through and through, dude.
That's sick.
Yeah. And then, I was talking to her dad after, and they're semi-local, and he's just like, I just love Magic again. This is so sick. And we were just like, this is so cool. I'll
Everybody's
see you
crying.
in a year from now.
Dude. Yeah, a year from
Yeah,
now. Because
literally.
That's the next fucking set.
It was just like, oh, man.
We're going back to Zendikar next year, bro.
I was like, all right, I'll see you in a year. But it's awesome. And like I said, hopefully we play a event tonight.
Yeah, you guys gonna go play another thing?
I would love to. I know they're doing sealed events all week long at that LGS, and there's a couple other. I also got 2 draft boxes just for like the crew, just to fuck around with whatever. So maybe we do a night or something. But yeah, Magic rocks again. Like I said, for 2 whole months.
Get it in while you can.
Yeah,
When
truly.
this episode comes out, you'll have exactly a month and a half to get in on it. So.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, also, like, I don't know if you saw any of this shit on Reddit, but it was like it was like 30% of all pre-release kits that were out there had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles promo card in it.
Intentional
It has
psyop.
to be. It has to be. Be like, please don't forget that we're going to do not original IP.
Oh, that's cool. I like
There's
that.
no way that was an accident.
But also, like, I've worked at a bindery before. I've worked at like a press, a printing press. How do you fuck up that bad in distribution?
Wait, they were saying it was a fuck up?
Yes.
Where are the cards printed?
Well, they're all over now because they're too big. So
in the packs themselves?
So no, in the pre-release,
Yeah.
you'd get your 6 packs plus of the promo card, which they don't stamp promos anymore, by the way. They just give you a foil in a wrapped thing.
Yeah.
The wrapped
okay.
thing was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle card.
By accident.
Quote unquote by
That's
accident.
insane that they
Yeah.
would even try and tell you that was an accident.
So it's like, okay, well, can all those 30% of them be traced back to a single factory? Maybe. If that
If
one...
you know where it came, if you know the
Yeah.
box that it came from. they
Also, like, I'm writing an email to Hasbro. I want my money back.
Well,
Yeah.
so what
You
they were
messed
doing-
up.
You knew you had what your promo was immediately, and what I guess what a bunch of stores were doing was just, yeah, we'll just give you another one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause
would
they have,
want
like, a
another
stack
one. I'd be
of
like,
them, you
take
know?
this thing back and then burn these freaking stack of.
Well, so the whole set is fucking released now or leaked because of those things. So everyone's like kind of whatever on the
No one
Teenage
can,
Mutant Ninja Turtle cards.
no one can tell me Ninja Turtles in Magic is cool.
No, it sucks.
No.
It sucks bad. But before we go down that rabbit hole,
Yes,
and
we always
alienate-
do.
We alienate our listener base. One of you, please tell me what you've been working on.
Terry, what have you been working on?
Damn it. Been painting models. Been painting my New
Those
York.
Nurgle guys, those guys are sick.
Dude, it's been fun, man. It's been fun. A couple of episodes ago, I was like, no lists, just vibes, baby, just making shit, and it's been cool. And I've been really liking it. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff in a box over there. We were talking about it from Paige did all the casting for other people, and I was doing like, bashing and stuff, but it's just been cool kind of throwing shit on square bases, making interesting bases, and then just painting it up and not worrying about like I said last time, like, oh shit, I need another freaking guy to fill this out, and he should probably have a spear because they're all spearmen, like whatever.
Yeah,
it's just like making dudes and having fun. It gives me an opportunity to use a lot of the stuff that you've randomly given me, Gage, over the years. That's like 3D printed, like not in the box, but at home. It's one of those like carts. It must be knuckle bones maybe, and it's like the skeleton, 3 heads, and then there's like a little like snake tail coming out the back, and there's a skull on the tail too, and there's 2 cartwheels in the front, and one of the dude, it's crazy.
Yeah,
could be Beastarium, but it kind of has sort of a funky kind of knuckle bones feel to it. So I don't know, but I just slapped that on. I was like, this is a cool model, and it will fit fine. I have no real other use for this thing, so I'm going to slap it together. So
right. The beauty of also rank and file games is that unit fillers also look great on the table. Yeah. So,
and that's true too. Like maybe this is, maybe it just randomly fits in somewhere.
Yeah.
And
your Skaven army with the guy coming out of the hole is like one of the best looking units on the table when you have that army all put out.
Well,
so
thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. But yeah, it's been like fun just to kind of make dudes, and so I made a bunch of dude. You were playing you're playing OSR at your house, and I was there with Paulie, and we were just kind of sorry, and I was
which
there,
is an OSR.
It's the same thing.
And we were bashing, and it was just like fun. And I just made a bunch of like random dudes by just like chopping off a poxwalker arm and putting a crab claw on it, and it's like there's a guy, and and then I painted those guys up over the last couple of days, getting back into using oils as like a main medium. And I forgot, like, the control you get with oils, minus the waiting for it to dry part, but the control you get with oils is awesome. Because I was using the speed paints. A lot of these are speed paints, which you had given me. And then you're kind of playing with the opacity because you're like, well, speed paints, it's just this.
Yes.
This is as dark as I can get. This is as light as I can get. This is it. Not as light. You can always add, medium and shit to it. But you're kind of hindered by that. With oils, you could make it the opacity of full-on model paint. You can thin it to a layer consistency. You can make it a base kind of, talking in GW terms. You can make it as thick and thin as you want, and so it's been fun to kind of re-engage with oil paints again, having not really touched them for probably a year, and realizing like, oh, much like Evan already said this, but the shit that you love about like speed painting and the shit that you love about the way colors blend, and then being able to mash in whites or lights into those things, that's where oil paints like really shine. And it's funny because when I'm painting them, I'm going kind of fast. Like I'm trying to put, light colors in there, and I realize like, oh shit, I can slow down. I can like,
yeah. You
I can
just
like
come back
figure
to it.
Yeah, and it's great. And you can remove shit. Like the next day, I'll be like, I want to lighten this up over here and just kind of let that, green or whatever stain on the skin.
Right.
And so there's so much pushing and pulling, walking away from a project, coming back and re-engaging with it. And it's been a lot of fun. And it's wicked quick to get like really cool effects over just like a zenithal model. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to like, continuing to do it and clearing out a lot of the backlog that I have. But yeah, on top of that, so I've been doing the New York diorama project.
The GODLING
the GODLING
exhibit.
show,
GODLING.
which will be at the end of the month, and
By the time this comes out, right?
maybe
Next
it'll
weekend.
come out next weekend. So it'll be, I think, not
During.
quite. Will it be during? No, it's
It's
not
next
next
weekend.
weekend. It's 2 weekends from now, right?
Isn't it next weekend?
What the hell date?
It's not this weekend coming. It's the weekend after.
Yeah,
that.
but this episode will come out this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah. So the 28th weekend.
Yeah. But
Which, before anyone yells at us, Curtis, the pictures will be posted by Eric Wire, I'm sure, of Godling. I saw he's going, so he'll take
yay.
nice
Yeah.
photos of everything.
it'll be cool. I think that there's going to be a lot of fun people
Yeah.
there. So like making that up, getting that done, and then painting it. And I did a little bit of painting here. I wasn't totally happy with the way I did. The paint was a little bit too thin. Kind of didn't act the way I did. So now I went back over it, darkened it down a little
Was
bit
that
more.
the one that I poured Coke Zero in?
Yes, that was the Coke Zero paint, which I
Did
thought
the salt work?
And
the
salt.
salt didn't really work. I wanted it
Do you
to.
think it's because Coke got poured all over it?
Could be. The Coke salt interaction may have.
Has a fizzing effect.
Yeah. Yes, it's texture paint, some might say. And so I went back in, I darkened it, and now I'm going to like let it dry and go back over the top and probably just like kind of dry brush it, make it look good. And, at a certain point, it's like you just kind of got to send it and be like, I'm done with this project. But I'm looking forward to getting that finished up and wrapped up. And besides that, I think that's it. Just been I've been doing some collages and stuff. I made a blog post, which I'm going to try and do every week or every other week, is just kind of throw up whatever I've been working on there. So you can head over to the blog and check it out.
I liked your format of just putting, it was like mixed. This is everything I've been doing.
Yeah, and it was like easy enough because it's just pictures already on my phone.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of explanation. There'll be even less explanation on the next one, but it's just like, here's all the BS that I've been
Here it is.
grinding on. Yeah. Steve, what have you been working on?
I've been working on my New York project, which is coming along. It's almost done.
Yeah, I would say yours is
I would say
the
yours
furthest
is-
along
yeah,
out of
for sure.
everybody's.
Well, I also had
Definitely.
I thought it was this weekend.
Yeah.
And I was going to have to call it at work, and I was like, fuck, I got to finish this. So I manically did it last weekend and got it pretty far.
It's great. It's very
It looks
you.
awesome.
But-
Yes, it is.
It's not there yet. It's almost there. I got to do some more BS to it. I wrote the rules for it. Yes.
Yeah.
Did we
could
talk about it?
No, but we could probably talk about it now because it's going to go live.
Talk about like our lore and stuff for it? Or
Yeah. You want to go first? Do you want me to go first? You want Steve to go? Steve's talking. Make Steve
Yeah,
go
Steve,
first.
go. You
Okay.
go first.
I don't know how much I want to really say about it.
I know.
Okay,
That's
never
fine.
mind. All right.
Well,
So what
like-
else?
Well, it's like a 2-player interactive piece because all the pieces are meant to be like interactive by the viewer. Like there's supposed to be a game mechanic tied to your diorama.
Your
for those who
cosmic
don't know.
entity god is going to these exhibits and interacting with these different things.
Yeah.
Which a lot of that is going to be Martin and Shane on the back end, which is good.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with that.
But yeah, I was just like, I gave them a bunch of ideas and I was like, please, please, please change these up because they kind of suck.
Yeah.
You guys will do a lot better.
I sent mine to Shane last night just for like approval.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten back to me yet. I also sent it at like midnight or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but essentially, it's like a 2-player interactive bit where 2 players come and they're opposing each other in a roll. Like it's like essentially a roll off between the 2 players, and whoever rolls higher wins, kind of. And then there's like a little narrative blurb that goes with the winner and the loser.
Yeah.
And it's very simple, and it's just meant to. It's like, maybe I don't want to tell the lore because I feel stupid if I change it between now and then.
You're right? Yeah, yeah. And you could.
Yeah, I could.
But, I mean, you could tell them what it is a little bit.
So it's a. Let's all like. Take
Let's all turn our
Let's
heads.
turn our heads. So
Listener,
it
turn your
is
head.
about 36 inches long, about 12-inch depth, with a height of about 14 to 16 inches. It's a long landscape of buildings being destroyed with a mech marching through it, and on either side of the diorama there are walls. I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly. Would you say
Yeah,
You're doing
it's
fine.
perfect.
Okay. And on each wall, there's like a little window port. And on the outside of the diorama, I did another little diorama where it's like from the force perspective of people engaging with this battlefield. So one side is the internals of the mech looking out into the battlefield from its point of view. And the other side is 2 soldiers in a building shooting out a window at the mech. And it's from their perspective looking into the battlefield. And there's a few knobs and like things you can touch inside of it, but it's mostly non-interactive. But yeah, it was fun to put together and glue a bunch of stuff to. And it's almost done. That's about it.
Yeah. I think it looks awesome. It came out really good.
Thanks.
Then you did a good job explaining it.
Thanks.
Gage is still, his is like a WIP right now.
Yeah, it's all in parts right here.
Mine is entirely sketched out, but not assembled at all. Mine is 2 churches depicting 2 different elements of. I'm probably gonna stick with 40K. I was telling Terry this the other night. I wanted to use religious iconography from the real world, but I didn't want to be a weird racist dog whistle guy. So
Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
we're gonna use the Imperium and Chaos.
Yeah.
But I'm going to highlight the differences between the two factions, and you as the player have to decide why you're choosing one faction over the other. And that's really it. You'll have to see the rest when it goes live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to give people the teasers, you know, because it's
Yeah.
like it'll be easier to know what the hell we're
Yes.
talking about.
Yeah.
That was kind of my hard take with it, was like trying to not blend real religion too much into it, where because it's my piece is obviously a very like you versus me conflict.
Yes.
And trying to not tie it into real world conflict.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's a fictional thing in the fucking in space.
Right,
Like it's
right.
not meant to be.
Which, I don't know if you guys got to see it yet, if Tyler leaked it to you.
Tyler leaked it
But
to me.
in Boss Fight 3, Tyler wrote a very nice article about playing the bad guys in like
World War II.
yeah, like playing the Nazis in World War II, or how to play these kind of bad guy factions without being a fucking weirdo about it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
whenever
Oh,
that
that's
goes
cool.
live,
I would like to read that.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
whenever
That'll
that
be a
goes
good
live,
article.
you should buy it. So
Yes.
hit up Big Boy Game Time for that.
Yeah.
But what is your
Just to give you,
godling?
mine is about a factory that's making mechanized insects to save the world, and you can either choose to believe the factory and continue to make the mechanized insects, which may or may not save the world and may just further enslave the people on the planet, or you can rise up with the factory workers and potentially not save the world because now the factory's gone. That's going to make the mechanized insects. So, classic.
It looks crazy.
Maybe a little too crazy.
No, I think yours is very
that's
you as
cool.
well.
I wish that
Yours looks like most of the
texture.
stuff that you
Lot of
post
texture.
in your local
yes.
galleries.
I wish
that-
it was a little bit smoother.
And once again, Steve and I have not been invited to. But,
Yeah, we've never been invited to your art
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
You guys are always busy. You're like
You
partying.
literally don't even
and-
tell us.
That's okay.
It's just you guys
All
are
right.
so busy.
Okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
can't. You
All right.
know.
All right, Steve. What else have you been working on before we get into a fight with Terry?
I've been working on. I did do some model making the other day. What was it?
You sent some corn stuff? Did you send some corn stuff? You
Oh
made-
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. We were here.
Okay. You've
I
been
can't remember.
You've been corny as hell.
I've
bro.
been
Yeah.
corned up. I took
Straight up the cornhole. You've been deep in the cornhole, dude.
Straight up the cornhole.
I didn't really like. I bashed a couple guys, like two. They were definitely like Black Orc war bosses that I just converted to Chaos guys. That I was very excited about.
You used the new old Warhammer models.
Yes.
They're new old world models,
Oh,
which is
I
just
see. I see.
so funny
Yes.
to say.
Yeah. And then I've just been like pulling guys out that I would want in my army and trying to nail down a color scheme, which I was looking for my John Blanche paint set the other day.
Uh-oh.
I have no idea where it is.
Nah.
I have no
Listen,
idea
if
where
The
it
whole
is.
set.
The whole set.
If you just wanted to flip it on eBay, bro, you didn't.
I
have
didn't.
To,
I
you
ripped
don't
the
have
box
to
open.
open
Open it up.
I ripped the box.
Where could it possibly have gone? Is it still here?
It's gonna be in the dumbest place
Yeah.
ever, and I'm
Well, you do have boxes over there.
I got boxes.
So it's probably in the box.
I don't know. But I wanted to go paint some of them, and then I just like couldn't, so I put it all back on the shelf. Besides that, I've been like slowly putting together Under the Dice 7. I'm trying to go back and like redo some of it because I got so obsessive with the idea that I was doing it in color.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That it like kind of hindered me because I was like worrying about layout and what I could use with the color rather than just being like, okay, pages can still be black and white. They all don't need to be color.
No. Look at Portcullis.
Yeah.
Looks great.
So I don't know. We might go back to the drawing board because if I do it in color, I'm not going to have it in time for Adepticon.
Right.
So we'll see. But I'm putting it together. So if you want to see something or do something for it, you have to send it to me immediately. If we had talked
Right
about
now.
it and you didn't send me
You have
anything,
10 minutes
you have
from hearing
10 minutes
this.
from hearing this to send me your idea. Or
Oh,
cool
no.
thing. But most of it's already sketched out and done. I just have to like relay everything out with like new eyes, you know,
yeah.
because it's been like 5 months since
Yeah,
I
yeah,
looked
yeah.
at it last.
New eyes, real eyes, real eyes. You know what I'm saying?
So true. So true.
Mind blown,
Mind
bro.
blown. And then on top of that, we've been playing OPR Quest, and that has been
We've been play
Sick.
testing the hell out of OPR Quest.
Yes.
For no real
And it's
reason.
really cool.
it's awesome.
It's a really cool system. I felt bad the other night. It was like 11 o'clock, and I was just like, oh, I'm over here.
I wish I knew it was 11 o'clock because I would have probably just been like, oh, we don't have to do this.
No, but I wanted to at least see the system start to work.
I want you guys to know the bald eagle just flew by, and
it must have looked awesome.
His wing just graced some snow, and it just blew behind him, and it was the most peaceful thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Freaking America, am I right, dude?
God damn, that was awesome. I'm so sorry for interrupting you. That was so beautiful.
Worth it. Well worth it.
That was so beautiful.
But we were talking about, we were talking about whether we would want to do Grimdark Future Firefight or OPR Quest, and we'll probably tell you why in a second.
Yeah.
But I had never, ever messed with OPR Quest. And Steve, you were like, well, the character creator's cool. It seems pretty cool. And I was just like, well, let me go fiddle with it. Immediately upon going to the Star Quest builder and clicking on a guy and making my own guy and having this full customization, I was like, I don't think I want to play any other system ever than this. This is awesome. Yeah. On top of being able to then progress and level up with a character.
Yep.
I'm like, what would I do? Why am I playing any other system? This is the coolest system besides Wanted Reward.
And I think it has a lot of parallels to Wanted Reward with what you can do with it. Because, like, you can play it as a one-guy thing with your friends.
Yeah.
I think you could also do it where you make a squad of 4 guys and we play Inquisitor and you have 4 guys that are, like, kitted out custom. And it wouldn't bog you down because the sheets are so small.
Yes. So sick. And like I that might be the way to play Inquisitor. That might be the way.
Yeah. Because all the like Inquisitor, I do want to try it. Dylan is very, very excited about it.
Yeah.
And I'll play it, but I think using OPR Quest and just bolting on stuff that you think is cool is, like you said, it's how I want to play every game now.
There's so much in there, but it doesn't, like you said, feel heavy.
No.
It doesn't feel like I have to learn a lot of rules. It's all just clicking onto a thing and being like, oh, a plasma pistol might be kind of neat.
You know what I think is a real unsung hero about it? And I didn't even realize how cool it was the first time I played with Blurs and Kate. But say you made your guy on your phone.
Oh,
you
this
log
is the
in,
best.
You log into your account. You make your guy on your phone. Okay, Steve does the same thing at his house. Okay. I'm like, guys, I want to run a scenario for you guys. Come through. I've got this Space Hulk board set up kind of right next to us. When you show up, I can host a session, just give you a code, and your guy will then get put into...
What, dude?
And once again, I know we've said this a million times, we are not sponsored by OPR. It's just the ease of access by this fucking system is... It's free. I can click a link, and your character's automatically imported into my game. Then when you're using a health kit, it'll show up on my phone.
I see everything you have.
Yeah.
As I'm generating waves and I'm doing all the things.
So cool.
If you wanted to use that, it is a total different experience as well to just allow this kind of play to happen. So
and you know what it kind of does that I think is really like what was the D&D weekly thing you could do? What was it called?
Not the companion app.
Where you would just go to a game store on Fridays and it was like
Adventurers League.
Adventurers League. It was like that where I could take my character and just go to a different shop. Yep. It's like, this is my guy. It feels like that.
And then the craziest thing about it that I want to play test with you and see how it works, especially with fantasy, is that if you do like the fantasy quest, you level this guy up to like level 3, he's then assigned a point value that you can actually play in you can actually play in regiments or whatever you want with this.
So
it's awesome.
Insane.
Yeah. So it can do all the Thondia thing that we're talking about. Yeah.
And you know what? My favorite thing of all is like playing it just like with Wanted Reward. I can be like doing a voice for my character. I can be like, get over here. We got to go through the door. Get here. Yeah. And it's not like a big game where I have to then worry about like, oh, sorry, I wasted too much time moving these and doing my turn. Now it's your turn.
7 other units.
Yeah.
And you don't even need a GM. Is the coolest thing. Like, I ran some stuff that was like house rule shit that was like benefiting having a full-time GM, but like you can just play it with your crew of guys and like you just run the game.
Yeah. And good AI.
It
has AI, but it's not bad AI.
It asks you how many, like, what's your collection of models?
Yeah.
That way when it generates a wave, it's not like you need to put down a Warlord Titan. It's like, well, I don't fucking own a Warlord Titan.
Yeah. Pause the game.
Yeah.
And I think there's so much room. Like I keep getting this vision of like running end transmission where there were like NPCs that you can interact with.
Yeah.
And like this board, imagine it's a spaceship and there's a market and there's a bunch of NPCs that you can just like free roam and go do shit while there's like I'm controlling the bad guys that maybe haven't detected you yet, and there's like other shit going on around the board, because the AI like doesn't necessarily just attack you. They persist towards their goals. Like you set the AI goal, they do that. So if their goal is like we patrol this area, then you kind of have free roam to do whatever you want.
It's like the droids in Wanted Reward, where it's like you're assigned to this
You're literally
thing.
programmed to do this thing, yeah.
It's, I don't know, it leaves a lot of room for blending that RPG war game thing that I've really been obsessed with lately.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that, and I've been working on, like we'd been playing the Space Hulk mission a couple times, and now I'm like, ooh, I really want to like get this down and maybe do like a little packet thing for it.
Oh, and that would be just like the idea of also playing a games day and only having to bring one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's very accessible.
You could
to
easily
everybody.
kit bash and paint a guy, or if you don't want to do that, just grab a guy from an army.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And we've been doing that for an important reason.
Yeah.
That's another thing I was working on.
Yeah.
Gage was working on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been working on some boards.
Boards for what, Gagey?
I'm scared to talk about it. We have not talked about it for so long.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't tell.
I don't think we should.
I don't think you deserve to know.
No. We could just go into the main topic.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell him.
No, I don't think we should.
I think to pee really bad.
Dude,
Should we take a
same,
pee break?
dude.
All right,
Yeah,
pee
let's
break.
take a pee
We'll
break.
decide if we tell him after.
Yeah.
Pisser, dude. You guys piss first.
3 hours later.
No.
All right, we're back from peeing.
We're back.
I'm eating goldfish.
We're eating goldfish, and we've made a final decision.
Yeah, we can tell.
But before, but before we tell you what the decision is, I've got something for Steve
Okay.
that I forgot to give him on the Patreon episode. But now regular listeners can hear it too. This is a Steve gift. So Gage and Steve gave wonderful gifts, and then I felt bad.
No, you're not supposed to feel bad.
And so I said, shit, I gotta go get these guys. I gotta get these boys some freaking gifts. So both of you guys, mostly Steve, though, was talking about like, oh, okay, I want to know what
Inspired.
Blanche to do his thing. And, you know, I mean, these weren't exactly what you're talking about. These are artistic inspirations, but these were two people that inspired him. We talked about Kay Nielsen on the last Patreon episode. This is Arthur Rackham.
Selected and edited by Jeff A. Menges.
Yeah, a good guy,
This is
I guess.
fucking sick.
Yeah, look at
Right.
that.
That's some Gandalf.
And feel free to
Yeah.
cut it up. You know, like I know you like cutting out illustrations and hanging them up. Don't think this is too precious. I mean, but it's cool because you get to see all these.
Oh, you can see it literally on this first page, just that black cat. Mm-hmm. Look at that guy.
That's a spooky guy.
This is all spooky. These
it's-
girls are nailed to a wall.
This is Rackham's Fairy Tale Illustrations in
Yeah.
full color.
in full color. If it gives you bad dreams, Steve, you don't have to flip through it.
No, I want to flip
There's
through
scary things in there, and I don't want you to go too far.
it. Girl with the deer. This is really nice. Thank you.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was like, what do I get the guys who's got everything? What do I get the two beautiful young men that I know in my life who have everything?
Stuff like this.
Stuff like this.
Oh, man, the
sick,
dragon.
sick fucking dragon.
Yeah, they got dragons in there.
Yeah.
Is that Gollum? This is very cool. Thank you.
Well, I'm
So
glad
this
you
is
enjoyed
this is one of Blanche's.
Yeah, these were like kind of the two. I mean, there was a lot of artistic inspirations, but these were like two of the main ones that I could find: Arthur Rackham and Kay Nielsen.
His inspired illustrations for fairy tales of the Brothers Grimm.
Can't beat them.
Can't beat him.
Oh, but anyways, so going back to where we were, we've made a decision. We're going back to Prometheum. Woo! Woo! And
With our brothers.
with our brothers, and we're excited. You know, it's going to be a fun little thing.
Yeah. It is going to be a fun little thing. How much are we going to tell? I would say
We've been building boards.
we've been building boards. I think we could tell the theme. I would say
the theme is the coolest part.
I know.
I would think that really tuned in listeners have been understanding why we've been dropping Waterworld for the last couple of 10 or so episodes.
So if you recall, the first season of Brothers of Prometheum was very Mad Max pilled.
Yes.
Vehicles driving through a wasteland trying to get to a space Hulk. Well, on the other side of the planet,
Oh, yeah.
there's a giant ocean.
There's an ocean. And guess what it's made out of?
What's it made out of, Terry?
It's made out of oil. It's an oil ocean.
So, yeah, it'll probably be the same release as last time. Big event for friends. And then do a packet for everyone to see and how to run your own event from it. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Do not ask me if you can play in it. Do not ask me.
Ask Terry. He'll get back to you real quick on
Yeah,
this.
yeah. He'll let you know before the event, for sure.
I'll let you know in May. But yeah, so I think this will be cool. We're all making little things for it. It's going to be sick.
Yes.
OPR Quest will be probably the main system that we end up using.
Yeah.
I really, really like it, and I think it'll work very well for as a giant game that a bunch of people are playing at the same time across multiple boards. I think it's going to be the easiest to keep track of.
Yep. And the easiest to prepare for players.
Yes. Yeah.
You make your characters made in 4 minutes, and then you just got to bash a guy and bash a vehicle to go with them.
Yep. Yeah.
It's gonna be legendary.
It's going to be awesome. And those that saw the pictures from last time or played in last time know how crazy it got. And we're trying to one-up it even more so this time. So
Yeah.
Yes.
just look for it.
It's going to be pretty sick.
Which...
and it'll be documented. Like we have
yeah.
a professional, our great friend Dylan is coming out to put on another show for the event, take amazing photos, and there will be documentation of it. You'll be able to see it later.
Yeah. And then hopefully get a book with it all together. Not in time for...
Not for Adepticon.
Not
or
for
anything like
Adepticon,
that,
but
at some point in the future,
some
you'll be
point.
able to order it or buy it from us in person.
Be really sick.
which will also have the first event collected as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be
all my bad pictures.
it'll be a Prometheum book.
Yeah.
So and we'll soak it in motor oil for you.
Oh, dude, motor oil edition. It comes in a bag just filled with oil.
God.
That'd be kind of cool.
It would be cool, right? How can we not do that? But yeah, if you want to know what the vibe is, like literally just go watch Waterworld. It's a
Yes.
great movie.
Yep. But imagine Space Marines.
And oil for the ocean.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering, how does that work?
Shut up.
Shut up.
Just like stop thinking too hard. Turn that brain off.
Yeah.
Speaking of thinking, though, we should think about moving into the main topic. of
Yeah,
this
we should.
episode.
Always. So Gage, you want to break down the main topic? This is kind of your idea, right?
It was my idea. As a forever GM for role-playing games, and our transition into these beautiful one-day events that we've been doing in the War Council,
Yep.
it's starting to seem that GMing and wargaming is back, or we're ushering it back, or it is important and should be back. So I wanted to touch base on it and see what your guys' thoughts about GMing and wargaming as a whole is anyway. Let me pull up the old notes app here.
Okay, he took notes.
Yeah, that's how you can tell if I actually care about a topic or not.
I wrote down like 3 paragraphs in the group chat about it.
What the fuck? Yeah, Terry, where's your notes at?
where the fuck's
I
your
left
notes,
them at
Terry?
home, I think, actually.
I left my phone at home.
Yeah, I left them there, and the dog ate my phone, I think, too. The neighbor's dog.
So in Warhammer TM, Rogue Trader is the first, obviously, instance in which we see Warhammer, but 40k, but GMing and war games. So in Rogue Trader, there's generating scenarios and complications, and how to be a GM for a war game.
Yes.
The events that we've been doing aren't really like so required. Also, like the packet kind of is the GM, which will tell you what to do. It's giving you that narrative focus.
We're like a game warden, kind of just like ushering
Yeah,
people
yeah.
through turns.
So I wrote down a couple things that I think GMing and wargaming is a little different than role-playing games. Whereas in a role-playing game, obviously, the GM is facilitating everything for you. You're just showing up with your character.
Okay, yeah.
And I wonder what your guys' thoughts on it are as well. But I think one of the most obvious ones is if you're playing in a war game with a GM, the GM can run NPCs for you. It's not just a 1v1. It's like player versus environment.
Yes.
I think that environment adds so much more to the game.
Yeah.
Look at Star Quest we've been talking about. I've been killing Tyranids for the last 48 hours. And
You're doing a very good job.
yeah, I'm rolling 2s and 1s, but it's still awesome to not just be like, okay, I have to shoot Steve. Where's Steve going to go next? Okay.
No, you're worrying about this environment element that's like moving and like evolving around you. And that's why a lot of games like OPR, AOS, they all do these environment things that like random happenings that they're kind of dull and boring. What flavor is that?
Ginger lime mule polar.
All right.
I don't know what that means. I'm too straight edge to know what that means, but it's awesome.
buddy.
That's pretty cool. Whereas I think with like how we've been doing it with OPR Quest, like the models moving around the table being an enemy almost is much more engaging and it's more fun.
Yeah. It challenges your brain to not just think, okay, what will my opponent do? It's like, okay, I mean, especially in a 1v1v environment situation, it's like, okay, what are my opponent doing and what is the environment doing? It's a totally different mindset. Or playing in a co-op game, being like, okay, like the board game we were talking about the last episode, it's like, okay, Terry, if you go do this thing, then I can go do this thing. It's engaging a totally different part of your brain.
I would be interested in playing Quest like against like our team versus another team where you're like both competing for something with the environment also being against you, like in wave spawning.
Right.
I think that would be very cool.
Yeah, I would also like to see more NPCs in like big war game.
Yeah.
Like a dragon in the middle of a regiment's game.
Yeah.
Just fucking shit up.
That's what I did with the
Under the Dice Fest tournament.
Yeah, like the Falling Star, which was like BDCF Tyler's guy that he made for it, would just show up and just like devastate the board in some way. And then he'd be there hanging out, or like, the hero guy would bolster their forces, or sometimes just show up and it would be like aiding in a fight. It's very fun.
Yeah, which changes the whole battlefield.
Yeah, which I know it's like, it's almost a random, like, that's not fair. Like, that's an unfair thing that just happened. But at the same time, it's like, well, are you here for a fair battle, or are you here for like a narrative story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are other benefits from a GM in the war game, which I was talking about earlier. You can bolt on mechanics to whatever you want. If you love how darkness is in one game, if the GM is telling you, okay, Steve, just play Age of Sigmar against Terry, that's fine. But as the GM, I'm gonna tell you, by the way, there's darkness rules and you can't do this rule or this rule. More complications to just keep adding.
Yeah. I think having the GM also takes the agency away from, like, me and Terry are playing a game and we both look at you like, what's the rules for this? Like, is there anything fun or special that we should be looking for? It's like, yeah, we're playing with darkness. There's random stuff happening. There's this, and this. And it's like, I don't have to worry about that stuff. You're coordinating it. And I'm just like, I don't. Because when it's like, hey, Terry, do you want to run with this random stuff that I brought to the table? It feels
bad.
It feels kind of bad. Like, I'm just kind of pushing my ideas onto another player that I'm playing the game with. Whereas if me and you are coming together to play a game and it's like, Gage comes over and is like, hey, I'll GM the game and I have some other rules that we could play with that I will bookkeep.
It benefits players like, I mean, like Wanted is the one that we always go back to, but it's like, it benefits players that are, I think, like a Terry player who is just like, I'm going to respond to the prompts that are given to me. Or I'm sorry, a Terry player is just doing what they think the character would do, truly not caring about what the prompts are given to me, where Steve is just like, this is the objective, I'm going for the objective, I'm going to go do this thing. And along the way, something will happen where Terry's looking through the garbage, trying to find who knows what, and then using a gravity gun to throw the garbage can.
Whereas I'm looking for the bounty.
You're on the other side of the map looking for the guy.
Never done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I've played enough big war games with GM stuff in them.
I would say we definitely haven't.
Like, I don't really know
there
what
was
that
terrain
would be
rules
like.
in the campaign we played, but not even really.
But there was no GM like watching over it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
You did play one game where Phil GM'd something, and I remember you being like, "This was so good because Phil was here." Because he was the rules.
Yes, you
arbiter.
could just tell me what to do,
Yeah.
which I liked.
which is a huge addition.
And that I do like. Somebody to be like, well, now it's time to do this. And I'm like,
Right.
okay, good. Now I don't have to be flipping through the rules. Like somebody who does know the rules well. And that would be, like, that's why I enjoy playing Wanted Reward, is not because the game is really good, but because Gabe is really good.
yeah,
Gabe knows all of the rules.
right.
I don't need to think about the rules. I can roll up this game and be like, I want to search this trash can, and Gabe goes, page 17, here's the list, roll a dice. Okay, this is what you found in the trash can, or whatever. And then I could be
Yeah.
like, oh, hell yeah, I got that thing. Let me keep on going. And I'm not doing that work. And I really enjoy that
Right.
from a person who, maybe not be as, like, rules focused as I am.
Which is also a huge important factor of a GM in either role-playing games or war games, where they are the rules. They are there to teach as well. Especially like if you're trying to show your friends a new game, it's so much easier to be like, okay, two people who haven't played,
You're right, yeah.
I will teach you. You guys go through the motions. I will be the one that says, no, you can do this, or no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Rather than be like, I'm going to teach you by playing you. Yeah. And inherently, I'm going to whoop your ass and
Yes.
go, okay, well,
Now you know better.
now you know how to not lose.
It's like an RPG. Like,
Yeah,
you run an RPG.
truly.
I know the rules. You just have to sit here and have your character sheet that has
Yes.
stats.
Yep.
And I
Yeah.
tell you what they do.
Yeah,
when they come
exactly.
Yeah. I also think on the back end, something about a player packet being the GM, and then, like you said, wardening people through that, or however you would put it, like, that's very appealing to me. Because, like, I don't know the rules to something, so I would be able to take time, do research,
Right.
make art, make it something that's, like, specific, and it's a good idea, and it's not so improvised. Because improvisation is easier if you know the rules and how they would affect the game, but if you don't, doing that on the back end is really appealing. So
Yeah.
I like love these packets because they can provide extra rules and they can provide guidance and they can act as GM without me having to act as GM, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. It's like everyone's played in that D&D session where there's one player who is way overreaching and is just like, I walk up to the bar and the bartender daps me up and gives me $5 and he gives me a gun. And then I
sounds
walk
pretty
over
cool.
here and then the GM is just like, oh, that all that happens? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
Rather than being like, no, this is on your sheet. This is what will happen. Read the sheet. There is no bartender. He's not going to dap you up. There's no $5.
Yeah.
Says you.
Was it God play? That's like the term for it, I believe.
I want to play a giant.
Yeah, I don't know. I would be interested to see what would happen in, like, a game of OPR with, random elements. Because I wonder how you would tie in, like, a Tyranid swarm happening in the game without being... Or could you do that as a GM?
I don't know if you could really do that because of OPR's core gameplay is you have 5 turns. You have 5 turns to play this game.
Yeah.
And that's like
it would have to be a
inherent-
modified scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of it, though, of what you're describing is like kind of what's also outlined in. I don't think it was in Rogue Trader. It was something else I read, but like the fog of war aspect of a GM'd game is, yes, my squad of Space Marines shows up. I see there's Chaos guys on the other side, but we also know something is going to happen, and that's you as a player knowing the GM is here to fuck with you, but also as a player, like, your guys are like. Now you spin that narratively, like, okay, we're on this side of the battlefield, but we see all of this is a huge battlefield. What's going to happen over there? And then that could be the GM plopping up a handful of Tyranids down, or...
I always thought about the idea, because, once again, it's like I do better the background, making something and then bringing it in. I always thought it would be cool if, like, I knew I was coming to the studio and I knew that, like, maybe you and Steve were playing a game, Gage and Steve were playing a game. And then one of you was like, Terry, can you come up with something weird that will happen this game? And then, like, in my own way, I can be like, okay, well, what's going to make sense? Like, these two guys are doing this. Like, maybe there's meteors that are falling. And then I show up, and it's like, you guys don't know, but I just have this, like, little thing that's going to happen. Like, scatter dice randomly, chaos orb, throw a dice down. That's where the meteor is going to hit, like, causing destruction. Something like that, where it's like you're enlisting a third party to not GM, but just to come up with something interesting that's going to happen in that game.
Like, when we did the New Age, I know half that map never got explored, but Phil had a lot of stuff written down that was like that. He's like, well, I don't need to be there for you to understand. But like one of the missions I played with Blurs was like the objectives were just moving around because it was like
moving sandstone things.
Yeah, they were like tectonic plates that are just like shifting, and then the objective just moves 6 inches every round.
Yeah,
which also just mixes it up just enough to be like, okay, this is more interesting than let's line our guys up on both sides and meet in the middle.
There's like 20 missions that Phil wrote.
Yeah.
They're just in a Google Drive for Age of Sigmar.
He's a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
That Philly.
But that's GMing and wargaming, even though it is just a narrative packet, essentially.
He could have been there, though, doing it for
exactly,
you.
Yes. And that would have been the fog of war narrative effect that I'm talking about. Just exactly like you said. It's
like
Phil is the guy that's being the meteor to put them down, or...
Something that as I've been like working on this Space Hulk like little trifold, I've come to realize like all the OPR missions, they're very simple to the point that like I am kind of bolting things on in my head as I'm reading them, but I don't know if other people can do that or do that.
Right.
So like as I'm writing this like kind of customized mission, like I'm putting like you could use like picture you're playing Space Hulk or you're playing Dread and you're in a mega block and that's like kind of the setting, and like kind of pasting in this is the setting for it and this is how you should set up your terrain and this is how this should look when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Because like when you're looking at those overhead, like
you mean for like a broader audience, not like just the War Council type.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like I just wonder how other people look at these missions and if they have the same like. It's not just a circle on the map. Like this could be a building that the guys are in and like you're defending this position rather than it's just like my guys are just standing in a circle waiting for you to attack me.
Conveying that information as a GM, essentially. Yeah.
And trying to write it where it like makes sense to an everyman that would pick it up and read it.
Right. Well, it was like there's an interesting discussion in the Discord the other day that I had a very different take than a lot of people. But someone was saying like D&D isn't a role-playing game. It's like a combat game.
Well, it depends which version you're playing and who you're playing with.
Yes, exactly. But it's like
3.5 is a combat game.
But there are still role-play rules in the book.
Yeah.
But it's like if you look at it that way, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong. Yeah. Right? Like you're reading this book and you're taking what you are thinking from this book. This is a broader discussion of how information is just conveyed in general, but if you made a packet of like a Space Marine on the front crawling through a picture of him like from original Space Hulk, right? Yeah. But you never once really describe it in the packet, will the player still understand
visual
what that
imagery
is?
Usually gives a huge insight to what you can.
But then they would be like, well, this book never tells me that I have to play on a Space Hulk type board, and I played it on a Hero Quest board and it sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I played this on a hex grid and it was bad, and therefore this packet's bad. So, obviously a GM would get around that because he's the one that's directly doing it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like something I was thinking about when I was working on it. And it made me think like, how much do I have to say to someone for them to understand the feeling and the vibe?
Right.
What this intentional little thing is doing.
Yeah.
And then, like, if it's just going to be processed through their blender of a mind differently than you expect. Yeah.
Or if they're going to hit me with 30 questions of like, what did you mean by this? Like, how am I supposed to set this up? How am I supposed to do this? It's like, then I start typing and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to type this. And I just hold the delete button down.
Yes.
Control A, delete.
Yeah.
Open up Dreadmist and not care about anything else.
You know, I played yesterday or the day before that with JJ. JJ was loving it.
Yeah.
He was loving it. But I was like, man, I'm getting bored already.
Okay, you gotta cut this bit.
It's getting bored. Well, because like once you get to like level 18, there's nothing to do but grind mobs.
It's just grinding.
It's just grinding mobs. Yeah. But I did find a sick way to power level.
Because you don't have a GM telling you what to do.
That's true.
To me, my brain just goes to like I mean, GMing with Wanted Reward and OPR Quest is so much easier than GMing big games, I think.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you think that?
Because it's more like a role-playing game. Maybe it's just me like being able to wrap my head around it, but like I think what it is I need less restrictions. And OPR Quest, Wanted Reward, and things like D&D, they give me that. They give me the ability to like be as weird as I want, but provide me the framework in which to build it out in.
What is the restriction in a big game to you?
Take regiments out of the equation.
Okay, but even then, like, okay, this is 40K, right?
Yep.
There is so much going on already in the game itself that it feels hard for me to have a foothold that's not going to overtly affect the game negatively or positively for one person.
Because
or
of
another.
the rule set that you're playing?
Partially, but
Your
also
opponent?
it's just like, okay.
Well, let's just narrow it down a little bit. We're talking Grimdark Future, let's say.
Okay.
Right? Because
But
that's
still big army game.
big
you
army
know?
game, but very boiled down to basics, right?
Yeah.
You're saying that for you, there's just too many models?
I think so. Like, think about it. Okay,
not as personable,
Let's
maybe?
say I want there to be building destruction rules, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to GM this building destruction. So, like, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but just know that, like, when you destroy a building, like, something's going to happen or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody, like, knocks over a building, it's like, is it going to fall on them? Is it going to fall on the other person? It's just like, it's so good or bad for the players that it's hard for me to, like, they have less interaction in that. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm doing a bad job explaining
Yeah,
this.
no,
like
I'm
with
just-
D&D, it's like I can do something and then it's like, okay, now you roll off to see what happens, and like they have more ownership over what the end result is.
Yeah.
Where I feel like as a GM with a big game, a lot of times it ends up being so good or bad.
Dire.
Something's going to happen. Your entire unit's going to get wiped out, or 3 guys are going to die because they just got wiped out from a building, and you really don't have a say over it because me as a GM,
Because you just
I'm
made
kind of
that up.
telling you that this is happening.
I think with a GM, though, it's less feels bad because the GM is overall
For sure.
looking at what is the story happening on this battlefield rather than like I'm the one shooting the building at my opponent's guys and just killing his guys with a rule I just made up.
Yeah,
I would
But
also
there's
say-
Which is kind of what we were talking about earlier with like rather than me just bringing a bunch of custom rules to you and be like, we should play with these random rules I made up.
Yeah,
Which
Steve
is
brings
even
the
worse.
exploding building and says,
For
I
sure.
blow up the building and,
and
kills
you die. Yeah, that sucks big
Yes.
time. I just feel like there's less gray area. There's less like area where it's like nothing happens. And I like the nothing happens part too.
I think I disagree.
Okay.
I think if you presented it in a way where, okay, the building is falling, you use a scatter die. Okay.
Yeah.
So random elements will also always get rid of the feels bad.
Yeah,
No, it
I mean,
doesn't.
Well-
In a way where it's like it's Terry's fault. It's
yeah,
like no,
nobody's
yeah.
yelling at each other,
I will say though, you could still give that unit a save.
and that's
It's
true.
no different
too.
than a deck save in a role playing game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's also a rant. Like, my guys just take more damage for a random reason that I was not really involved with the decision
Right.
of this.
It just sort of happens.
There's no difference than if random meteors were hitting your guys because that's the scenario.
But I feel that same way about that kind
Yeah,
of too.
like if-
It's just like, well, okay, cool, thanks. It wasn't like,
If me and you were playing, I'm like, okay, meteors are going to spawn this turn and just hit our guys, and then they only hit your guys.
that
And-
sucks.
Yes.
But I'm not mad at the player. I'm not mad at the GM for that. I'm not mad at my opponent. I'm not mad at
You wouldn't
anything.
be. But I'm saying there's no GM. Like, say it's just me and you.
If we're playing Phil's rules, right? Of meters on the battlefield, and you and I are playing.
Well, I guess that's different because the rules are written. That, I think.
Yeah.
Are you saying that? Like, it's a written rule in place, or is this like I come to the table and I just like, let's blow up a building and see what happens?
either way is totally fine. Either way, I kind of feel the same way about. But
I as a player, I don't think I care. I think, oh fuck, that sucks. Dice was not in my favor, but to me, that's no different than me rolling ones in a your tank is blowing up my guys, and I roll ones the whole time. That's the same feels bad as.
I think what I would want as a GM is to have both something good that can happen and bad that can happen, or some way to interact between the two. You know, like imagine you're playing D&D and there's meteors falling,
Yeah.
right? probably there's some way for her character to act that's going to help them to either avoid the meteors, or it's like
Right.
they can kill the wizard and then the meteors stop falling, or there's something like that. There's an additional element that it's like there's an objective that they can
Yes.
solve this problem.
But if you come to the table as a D&D GM and say, okay, this meteor will kill you if you do not save
Yes.
this deck save, is that the same feels bad? Are you going to go, oh, well, just kidding, he doesn't really kill you? It's
No.
You got fucking squashed by a meteor because that's the thing that you set up as the GM. I don't think that's any different in a war game than it is in a role-playing
I guess
game.
not. I guess like I would to enjoy it more. I would need some other element there of like why something's happening, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I mean, you're playing on a
I don't know, I
battlefield
guess
with a volcano that's shooting out fiery meteors. You know,
kinda cool.
yeah. It's like
I guess.
that's the narrative that you're playing. If you're in a GM experience with a D&D versus a war game, if the narrative war game is presented to you in a way that we are telling a story, it's not like you're going to the Warhammer GT and they're doing a meteor attack on your game, and then you're
Yeah.
like, well, that sucks because now I don't fucking win.
Yeah.
I'm here for a tournament and I got shit on. That sucks. I think that's what, to me, that's what the vibe you're describing is. If I'm playing a war game with Steve and you're like, meteors fall, oh, sorry, Gage, it just kills all your guys, I'd be like, well, that sucks, but I don't feel any less bad about that than I would if I'm reading it from a packet that said the same thing and I got shit rolls, or if I'm playing against Steve's shooting only army and it just fucking washes me off the board before I got to attack. You know, it's still just a bad save.
I know
A bad save is a bad save regardless of the,
and I
the
get
way
that,
it's presented.
but I would be like, it's in my brain. I think it's cooler. Like, let's say the meteors fall, and now it's like that crater provides extra cover save or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's a bad thing that happens. It could kill you, but if it hits and nothing happens, there's like a piece of weird stone in there that all of a sudden like that.
I think both of those can
You know?
exist though. At the
Oh,
same
me
time.
too. I
Yeah.
just like it
There's-
when there's another. You know, there is those two.
Yeah,
Tit for
yeah,
tat.
Yeah, a building gets destroyed, but like it also will like then will give cover.
Now it's
or,
heavy cover.
Yeah, or maybe it opens up. It's difficult terrain. It opens up this big, thing that you can shoot through. Or there's something
right.
that's like a good thing about it falling, even that makes the players want to take the chance
Yes.
in
utilizing
interacting it and not
Yeah.
just be like, "Fuck, this sucks. This makes the game harder."
Do you think that would make the, in this scenario still, right? Your building falls on my unit, crushes a whole unit. I
Yes.
lose a whole unit of guys. I never had any save. Well, I made my saves, but they were all bad. Do you think it feels less bad if you're like, sorry you lost your unit, but at least you get heavy cover now if you move another unit in there?
No, I hear what
You know
you're
what I
saying.
mean?
I
Yeah.
think I don't know. I feel like that's like, well, now it's like a defensive position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just a unit less.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
No, I hear you.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
a narrative experience either way.
It is.
And it can suck sometimes.
And it can suck sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. I
Yeah.
like the weird little interactions.
Oh,
and that's
I totally
what
agree,
You
yeah.
get that more, I feel like, out of Wanted Reward or D&D, where it's like, yeah, this thing may not have worked in your favor, but like there's so much happening in the world that like now you can interact with it in a new way.
Right.
Where I do feel like that's harder with like a big game of many minis.
Can you've played Quiet Year with me.
Yeah.
You know how you don't really role play as a character in that? You kind of zoom in and out of different characters in the world.
Yeah.
You as a player of games, can you do that with a war game? Have you ever like had that mentality where you're like, I'm gonna zoom into this sergeant, and this sergeant is like, holy shit, he's up against Steve's trolls. Like,
I mean, that's like Middle Earth strategy battle game, right? Because you're playing a bunch of
you're playing five
smaller
guys, yeah.
scale
Yeah.
things happening
I'm
at
just
once.
asking, like, you as a player, do you think you lose that that role play narrative focus going from a squad game or an individual game up to an army game?
I think so, but I think that is partially like that's like a. I think I get overwhelmed with a lot of stuff happening at once.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff to keep track of, which is honestly probably why I'm like, man, this meteor thing and this building thing. It's like it in my brain does make the game already more difficult, and so maybe I'm just like kind of projecting onto the fact that like I already
it's
struggle
interesting.
playing
I mean, that's the
army games.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's why we have a podcast. It's like, to me, that is never. That would never cross my mind. I would just be like, well, I had a bad save and that sucks. So
Yeah.
just move on.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's interesting.
No, and I like and maybe it's, you know, the appeal of a D&D and a Wanted and a OPR quest is like the fact that I can focus in on one of my guys and I can kind of think like, what would this character do in this situation?
Right. You're experiencing all of his emotions rather than just like reacting to a role.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry if I feel like I got like off point a little bit.
No, not at all. It's funny because like Steve was saying, you could present this information like totally spelled out in a packet, and then someone plays through it and they're just like, well, actually, this just sucks because a meteor hit my guys and I lost. So this packet is now bad.
But like,
you know?
I completely like even saying it, I'm like, well, it's not like bad if a meteor crushes a guy. It's just part of the game. It's like not like a bad thing.
It's also one of those things you have to look at it from like, I think a lot of those feel bad moments go away if you look at the game as a story rather than versus you.
Yes.
It's like, we are here to tell the story of this battle at this field. But when you become attached to it, which I'm guilty of.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like when you become attached to I'm trying to beat you, it's no longer a story. It's I am playing a game to beat you, that's what these games are.
Totally.
But if you approach from the aspect of like, we're telling the story of the Empire that gets ambushed by the orcs in the Lost Forest.
And the orc player has, I mean, 'cause you've talked about this a lot, where asymmetrical games are fun.
They are fun.
Yeah, and it's like
the Valhallans defending the fortress in that fucking diorama that has existed in my brain forever. The Hallans on the stronghold in the center of a snow map and Tyranid hordes are just like, it is a unfair battle, but the goal isn't to kill the Tyranids, it's to survive long enough until the dropship can show up and pick you up.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000 points versus 7,000 points, something like that.
And they come in waves, and it's awesome.
I think it's also like, which we've talked about before in the past, but it's the why are we here?
Yeah.
With a GM, I think it's a little more clear. But like you said, if I showed up and I was like, hey, we're going to play regiments today, but do you mind if we play my meteor exploding building scenario?
And all the buildings are on your side?
Yeah. You start in the city.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I got to play a little bit more, but you're right. I mean, it's totally, and I feel like I'm pretty, you know, when something gets blown up, I'm usually like,
cool.
Yeah, that was sick.
I'm going home after this anyway.
But it's true. It's like if you're playing it from a story, then it's cool. You know, then it becomes like the battle on Pelennor Fields, where it's just like, this entire unit of Rohan just got fucking
annihilated,
stepped on. And you're like, kind of sick, you know?
Kind of what happened.
Yeah.
And if you go in with like, I think with a GM, it helps this. Like, all right, Gage, you and Terry. Gage is bringing his Hierophant and a million Tyranids. Terry, you just have to survive with your Black Templars for 5 turns. If you have one Black Templar on the board at the end, you win.
Yeah.
Gage is winning because he's kicking your ass and he's having fun killing your guys. Like, it's not about the end goal, but like as the defender, as the guy who has the one guy left, it's like, dude, I did it. I survived the onslaught. Like, losing doesn't feel as bad.
Yeah,
even if he dies, you know?
I planted the flag and we move on from here.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my last point is GM play, I think, also inherently allows for more easier access of campaign play, which is what everyone desires, I think, from a war game that is not playing competitively. I think getting a long-form campaign is so much easier when a GM is like, okay, here are your 3 scenarios outlined either in this packet or in my secret documents, and we're going to meet up and play and see how this works.
Totally.
We're going to do Badab War, and we're going to find out if whatever happens. You know, it's like, it is what it is. So,
dude, I just had a vision of what could be. Like, if OPR really loved campaign play, they could do the Warhammer Quest thing for regiments or Grimdark Future, where it's like how you have the wave generator and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a planet generator, and all the armies that show up every week, like, you pop them in, and it's like...
You could probably just scale it. You know, like how Trent was telling us about with Mighty Empires, they would use that as like the main thing, and they would do the ratios to points. So like in Mighty Empires, you would have like 3,000 points. It would be like a 3-to-1. So I show up with 1/3 of whatever Steve has. You could probably do that with Quest and just times it to be like, okay, if it's 3 assault grunts like we've been playing with Tyranids, that actually means like 3 battalions of assault grunts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh,
And then from there, you're just like, okay, well, I'm bringing one army of Ultramarines versus the 6 battalions that are coming.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That is kind of cool.
But like, how would you like?
Because you're just using ratios at that point. It's not really like
But you still need the models.
well, yeah. I mean,
That's
if you're doing a planet-sized game, it's like, well,
Cool.
let me use my 3,000 Tyranids.
If anyone out there has Tyranids, by the way, I would love if you have like what are the Gaunt, like any Gaunts, any Gene Stealers. I would love them.
Yeah.
Well, we can trade. Hit me up.
Yeah.
I need them for a project.
There you go.
yeah. Well, listeners, you've heard everything we've got to say.
That's it.
Head over to the In Rust We Trust Discord and tell us what you think, and if you can give us your insight onto the whole
GMs and games.
GM thingamabob.
Love
Yeah.
you. Bye.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Hive Scum. If you aren't already part of the community, check us out at the In Rust We Trust Discord, which you can find down in the description below. If you have questions you'd like to ask us, you can find our Instagrams down below as well. Or feel free to ask away on the Discord. We also have plenty of extra content and other perks available to our patrons on Patreon. So if you're interested in helping us keep doing what we're doing, then you can find that description below as well. Until next time, folks, keep it grimdark and keep it grimy. Peace.